Hi, this is Steve Ball, the All Financial Group, wanting to welcome you to the September 18th Town Hall. It's good to be back on the Town Hall. I want to thank both Will and Mel for carrying me a couple weeks ago when I was not in town. So thank you, gentlemen, very much. That's what I love about the team here at the All Financial Group. If somebody can't make it, there's other people to help pick that up. So yes, we had our first cut from the Federal Reserve since 2022. And I'm going to go ahead and turn over the first part of this conference. Let's go ahead and turn it over to Will first, if you're ready, Will.
Thank you so much, Steve. Yes, today finally we got 0.5%, and they're looking to have 2 more additional cuts for this year and 4 for 2025. So the thing I want to do today is share the concept. What does this mean for us, for our clients, for everybody about the interest rates, cutting the interest rates? So first, I want to talk a little bit about why they raise the interest rate. So we had inflation probably 2-3 years ago. It's been really hot. It means that the prices of everything, goods, are really high, and our wages are not in the same step. So what happens if inflation comes going up, 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 up? We can go into hyperinflation. But the idea is to reduce that inflation so the prices are more affordable for us to buy it. And then the economy grows step by step, and we will be able to afford, we will be able to buy stuff, and then we move the economy. So whenever inflation was on top, they raised interest rates. So interest rates was in mortgages. Now we can see 6%, 7%, then auto loans, but also affected in your savings accounts and right now money markets and CDs. So whenever they move this interest rates, they tell you, you know what? We don't want you to buy houses yet because we're going to put a higher interest rate. So it could be a little hard for you to do it. Same with the auto on cars. But in the same time, we will give you a great interest rate in places like savings account and money markets. Money markets, it's a product that a lot of banks have it that you don't lock your money. It's available and they can give you between 4 or 5%. And right now, a lot of people are taking advantage of that. Now, they cut 0.5%. So if you had a fixed rate loan, that won't affect you. But for the new ones, it will. So new auto loans, new mortgages. So we will see a drop of interest rates. So that will help to be more affordable, not only for, we call it only individuals, but for businesses. So remember, what is good for a business or small businesses is good for the economy. Also for, like I was saying, for bank accounts, the 100% yield is going to start reducing. If you had a certificate of deposit before, that's still locked, that won't change. But for your money markets and for your savings accounts, just be aware that that may change. And if they're going to cut 2 more times this year, that may affect. So whenever you have those questions and whenever you see that interest rate going down in your savings accounts, money markets, please come talk to us. Let us know, let us help you and see what could be the next step to be able to help to maintain your money and your purchase power. So that's my concept today. I know Mel and Steve will continue to talk about this, but yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Will. And we're going to go ahead and kick it over to Mr. Mel.
My topic is a little bit different. It concerns value for fee. was doing a presentation this week, and someone who attended our presentation that I was doing, talking about essentially retirement planning and looking at structuring yourself to pay the least amount of taxes that are legally and ethically owed, and arranging to use your money in a way that reduces your taxation. And we spent it was a whole hour presentation on taxes and retirement. And Steve does this one a lot, and I did one this week. And it was just a lot of different ways that different taxes affect us, and how, when you're making decisions in retirement for income and spending and things of that nature, how these taxes will affect you by, if you move this stick over here, these sticks, the three other things move along with you. So understanding the interrelationship of how taxes work in retirement in your decision-making process. The other thing that we do with our clients is a legacy planning, understanding the best way to pass assets on to the next generation, or to your charities or schools or whatever, and get the maximum effect out of that. Income planning. What is the best way to generate that income, that base income, and then the income for the extras in life? Things like, should I pay off the house or not? Which is better? Or buy the car and pay cash, or use someone else's money? These are decisions that really can haunt people in their retirement years, because it's different when you're earning money and you're putting money away, and you have a paycheck, and you can understand exactly what the cost of that good or that decision is out of your current paycheck. Whereas when you have a nest egg and you're living out of that particular asset base, decision making gets a lot more difficult. And there's just an awful lot of planning structure. Now, in the entire thing I've said so far, I didn't talk about stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, how you should be invested. And it all leads up to this. Someone in the presentation said, look, all of that sounds really great. We would really love to have someone to talk to about all of this retirement planning and all the structure and how to do things. But my money is over here with someone else that invests my money. So how would I be able to hire you to do all these things for us? And the explanation came something like this. We do this for our clients as norm. I mean, that we don't charge any higher fees than most other firms. We're pretty much in the norm, or even below the average fee base in this country for financial advisors. But we perform those services as a part of our business. And it is included in the normal process, normal fee for managed money. And then there's, of course, when we're using insurance products, there is no management fee. There is a commission that is involved that the insurance company pays us for, but it's either this or that. We don't double dip. And my question to the gentleman who was asking the question was, okay, we'd be happy to talk to you about how these things might affect you and how we might be of service to you. But my question to you is, assuming reasonably equal performance in the investment world, whether you're there or here, if the performance is essentially the same and the fee is essentially the same, how come your firm isn't doing this stuff for you already? Maybe that's a question that you should ask yourself. And my purpose in today's presentation is really simple. Are you getting value for the dollar? You know, you can get great service at Charles Schwab or Fidelity or Vanguard. There's all kinds of different custodians out there, and there are all kinds of different products that are out there, and there are all kinds of people who will charge you a fee and manage your money and likely do a very good job of helping you grow your money and things of that nature. But what about all of the extras? What about all of the extra services that come with a real planning service? Being able to ask these questions, and we don't do taxes, but we spend a great deal of time in looking how to plan for taxes, and then we of course will let the tax professionals prepare the documents and things of that nature. We talk about legacy planning. We're not lawyers. We don't do trust and wills and all that kind of stuff, but legacy planning is a part of a solid retirement plan. And I'm going to ask this question and end my session today. if you are with someone who is not doing those things and you are being charged a fee for management of the money, how come they're not doing all these other things for you also? And to be honest, there aren't very many firms that actually do what we do. We think that we're a little bit on the unique side, not totally unique, but we are different. We spend as much or more time and energy on the planning side as we do on the investment side, for the exact same fee. So, and we'll be happy to talk performance too, if that's of concern. But value for fee, value service is something that you should absolutely be demanding of your financial planning firm. So if you're not getting that, pick up the phone, give us a call, get on the Calendly link, book an appointment, just come meet with us. Have a discussion, find out what we do versus what you have, and see if it might be worth your time to consider a change. And that really is my entire point today. Are you getting value for your money?
Well, thank you very much, Mel. I like to put it in that exact same words. What are you getting for the fees that you're paying? You know, what are you getting for the fees that you're paying? So let's jump back and talk about the Federal Reserve. Again, it was the first time they've lowered rates since 2022. And it's also the first time since then that not all of the governors thought the exact same way. We were talking a month or two ago of possibly a 25 basis points, 0.25%. And then all of a sudden, about a week or two ago, it jumped to 50 basis points or 0.5%. One of the governors said she didn't think that we needed all 50 basis points at this time. So it's the first time in a while that they all haven't been on the same page. And there's different thought processes around what's going to happen in 2024. Most of those governors also look at it to the fact of saying that there'll be 2 more before the end of the year. So interest rates are coming down. So what was the reaction when it hit the markets today? When they first got that 50 basis points drop, the market jumped. You know, markets were up. A lot of the technologies were up because it does heavily benefit them. Then all of a sudden, what happened later in the day? The market started retreating and ended in a down position. Because a lot of people think, well, if the Federal Reserve thinks that things are bad enough that they have to do those larger rate cuts, there must be an underlying problem. So you got both sides of the thought around that. Yes, it's good. Is it good for those buying houses and cars? Will already stated, that's a true statement. Is it good for those that are have money in CDs and money markets? No. There are trillions of dollars out there right now sitting in cash or cash equivalents. That as these rates start to come down, dollars will move back out of those accounts into the markets. So we had a little bit of a shift back and forth. It's a lot of us has to do with uncertainty. What did they really mean by that? It's probably going to be one of the most picked through talks when the Fed talks is, they pick through every word that he says and somebody tries to interpret what that means for the future. And I look at it and I think Mel hit it perfectly. Do you have a plan? Because see, when things like this happen, we can lose focus. And if the focus remains on a long-term plan, the things that happen today or tomorrow probably aren't going to affect us 3, 4, 5, 10 years in the future. If I mentioned August of 2015, what happened in the market? Very few people would remember. So we have to look at those. Now, if we say March of 2020, everybody remembers that. 2000, people remember that. 2007 to 2009, people remember that. Those short-term ups and downs. We've had a lot more volatility in the market. That's due to uncertainty. Where did that uncertainty came in? When President Biden stepped down, Kamala Harris came in. Now, they're both from the same political party, but their actual thought processes could be totally different. So there's a little bit of uncertainty right now about what Kamala Harris would do if she was elected to the presidency. Most people have a pretty good idea what Donald Trump would do if he was reelected as president. So we have that uncertainty, and that's what's causing these movements of up and down in the market. So what we have to look for, what's that long-term projection look like? I want to thank Megan and her crew. I am going to share a screen here because I can't remember all the things that we got going on in the next few parts. So I am going to bring it up here on the screen. And if you would like to screenshot it, please feel free to do that. In September, the 24th and the 26th, we have retirement roadblocks at Fleming's in Frontenac Plaza. September the 27th, we have an open house here at the office. There is not a reservation required when we look at our open house. We got Scott Stream coming in. Scott has done my health insurance for probably 25 plus years.
Me too.
But he also picked me up as a Medicare patient when it came to August of this year. So he does the Medicare. He's the guy that we refer people to when it comes to Medicare. So if you've got questions about that, if Medicare is going to be within your reach within the next 6 to 12 months, highly suggest coming by the office, and visiting with us and hear what Scott has to say about Medicare. October, look at that month of October, really busy. October the 6th and the 8th, retirement roadblocks at Twisted Tree down in Sunset Hills. The 15th, we have our client appreciation dinner. About 4 times a year, we will thank the clients that referred people to us, and we will also welcome our new clients. So that is by invitation, and we do send that out to people. And that's where we look at it to say, how do we thank people for giving us that referral? And how do we welcome those new clients to the All Financial Group? And then October the 23rd, we're going to bring Scott Stream back. I have a radio-driven event that Scott's going to talk for a while about Medicare. I am then going to talk about Social Security. Why? Those are 2 programs that everybody's going to need. Social Security, when are you going to turn it on? It's not a simple thing. Optimizing it's very important. But most people will switch to Medicare at age 65 unless they got a corporate plan that says, no, we'll cover you. Medicare would then be the secondary. And then October the 24th and October 26th, we're going to go back to Cooper's Hawk and we're going to do taxes and retirement again. Why do we keep looking at taxes and retirement roadblocks? They're the 2 things that are on almost everybody's mind. The Trump tax cuts will expire at the end of 2025. So if we're looking at Roth conversions for you, or you think Roth conversions might be something that helps fit in your plan, please give us a call. Let's do that tax analysis around it. But again, reservations are required for everything but the open house, and guests are highly appreciated. So we want to thank everybody for all you've done for us, because the business has exploded this year. We're having a tremendous year, and it's because of people referring friends and family. And we want to thank you all for becoming a part of our family.